What's up, YouTube? HudsonFan15 back with another mail day. I was debating whether or not to wait for one or two more packages to come in, but I think I've got a sizable enough stack here now. Starting off with another deal with Jason for some Cerrone stuff. He threw in a couple of non-Cerrone extras. Brian Bowles out of 888 and a Thomas Almeida gold out of 88. And then the rest is going to be all Cerrone all the time. I've got regular base here from Champions. And then two of the gold predictor inserts. And they're 4 and 16 of 25. Do not believe I had one of those, so that's excellent. And then he also threw in a couple of black parallels, Bloodlines 14 of 25, and then this guy also out of 25. I have a feeling may have picked up those at some point, but again, you'll see more interesting and so not always just all the crazy high-end stuff coming in soon. We got 3 out of the 100 2010 Leaf MMA Showdowns dual autographs with Cowboy and Greg Jackson. 98, 29, and 23 out of 100. Two of these Finest Threads non-numbered jumbo relic autos. And as you can see, Cowboy does not like stickers. Not at all. But the relic on that one is pretty special. And then we've got a couple of these jumbo relics autos. And even again, especially on this last one, even more violently off sticker. 4 out of 25 on this guy. He's close enough. And then, ooh, not even close on that one. Does not like the sticker autos. I got a Ruby parallel from one of these newer releases here. 2016 issue, 3 of 8. And the 8 of 8 Ruby parallel from 2016 knockout. It's the jumbo relic. So thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Cowboy's going to be fighting again very soon against Patrick Cote. So hopefully he does better than my other PC guys did last night. That was difficult to watch. Moving on, only a few Huddies. I got this tribute to 99 auto. A triple threads ace cutout, 12 of 18. And the big one, this is jersey numbered at the time, 15 out of 20. Some of my favorite patches in my collection are some of the other versions of this, and I think this one might beat it. This is 2009 Topps. I want to say this is Series 1, yeah. Huddy patch. Boom. Yeah, that is insane from the Braves logo. And unfortunately, a couple of cards. Again, it's all of these Dark Edges cards, but this one looks even a little bit more than what I would consider to be acceptably touched up on the back. But I paid a lot less for that than what I had originally offered privately, and the guy refused to sell it to me. So too bad for him. Moving on, all Colts for the rest of this. My father bought 6 binders worth of different cards, a lot of basketball. Everything from late 80s through, I would say, mid-2000s. and the football binder was the smallest of the group, and I was able to pull out just a few Colts that he said go ahead and take them, and then see what I can end up doing with the rest of them. But Ellis Johnson, rookie, Marvin Harrison, victory. I don't believe I had this Pacific Collection Rookies and Stars Marshall Faulk from 1995. I don't recognize it. A 1999 MVP Peyton Manning base. And I am pretty sure I don't have this, and this is the highlight for me. 97 Fleer Ultra Blitzkrieg insert of Marvin Harrison. That's a neat looking card. A second year release for him, so that is a fun one to find. There was, just to give you an idea of some of the other highlights, there was a Topps Pristine Josh Howard autographed card in there that looked like about a $4 card. It was the only hit. There was one numbered Twins card that I think at some point will end up with Micah. There was some basketball refractors that were $2 or $3 a piece. That were actually, I'm talking like sell price. There was an Iverson insert that had sold for $6. 2 pages worth of Frank Thomas stuff, including some inserts and parallels and whatnot. There was probably about, I'd say about 20 pages worth of like really full-on star cards. And then some odds and ends of things after that. There was a Chris Bosh rookie in there. And I kind of flipped through most of them, and they were, for that era, there were some decent enough releases, but nothing earth-shattering, as was the last binder that I was on that I found the auto, so I was kind of surprised at that. It kind of looked like somebody that had collected, and one of two things: either they were fishing through like 10 and 25 cent boxes that other people had, and that's how they were collecting, or they were buying and there was like a box somewhere else or another binder somewhere else of all like the top stuff that this person had, and maybe sold off at some point when they decided that they weren't going to collect anymore, and this was what was left. So, but it was just fun to sift through, and like I said, there's going to be some stuff that'll end up with people eventually. And he also picked up, and I forget what the cost on it was, but a box of somewhere between $2,500 and $3,000 early 80s cards. Like I'm talking 81, 82, 83, and a lot of them are in just phenomenal, like probably gradable shape. So we'll see on those what ends up happening with those. I know there was a Mattingly rookie in there, and we were looking at some of the grades on those, and there was one that it looked like what they used to do in the era with those cards is instead of just having all of the cards just in a box on the factory sets, they would like cellophane wrap blocks of them at a clip. I don't know if that was a quality control thing or what, but there were like 6 or 7 sealed blocks of a Donruss set, and I want to say that one of those blocks was going to contain another, like a completely uncirculated Mattingly, or maybe it was a Ripken. It was one of those, and so we were talking about what we wanted to do with those two. But so yeah, so if you guys start seeing some random like lot videos or whatever else, that's what we ended up deciding on doing. This stack here is all from and you guys are gonna laugh, 2016 Score group break that this guy did on eBay, and I want to say I had 4 spots, and I'm only going to show you guys the Colts stuff. I picked up the James Laurinaitis spot for Micah, because that went for the minimum, and you can watch his videos in the future because he'll be getting those at some point for those. And then Andrew Luck has an autograph in the set with Brock Osweiler, so I didn't want to lose a random to get that if one came out, and it didn't. Unfortunately, it was that case had The one veteran dual autograph in that case was Des Bryant and Demaryius Thomas. So I've got a stack of Osweiler stuff, and that's going to end up with, I don't know, I'll probably split it between some goes to the Broncos fans, some ends up going to Boston, who collects Texans, and we'll see how he does this year. But so anyway, I picked up the T.Y. Hilton spot, and that's what a case's worth of base score looks like. And then this toe the line insert, red, gold, and regular for Hilton. And then again, that was another minimum last-minute throw-in. I had already won one of the spots, so I can combine shipping. And the whole thing, I mean, it costs less than like $14 for the 4 spots. And then I got all of these Andrew Luck cards. These are all the base. Scorecard parallel, blue artist proof out of 50, franchise, regular All-Americans and 2 golds, reflections with Peyton gold, a couple of sidelines, which is where he spent most of last year, the gold and the red sidelines, the jumbo gold out of 99, 3 gold signal callers, 1 red, and a gold jumbo out of 99. So got a few numbered lucks out of there, less than 100. So it was a fun watch, and after the first one, I realized kind of what the product was going to yield and where the value was in that product. So the second lot. Second break that I got in for it just shipped, and that had a lot more spots, and I was kind of trying some things, and it actually worked out. It worked in my favor, so I'll talk to you guys in that video about it. Picked up one of these Andrew Luck Playbook Big Game rookie jerseys to $199. Put that in the booklet top loader there. And we want to thank the folks at Panini again for their perseverance in trying to get these fulfilled. So this is the longest outstanding redemption I'd ever had with them. These were all, if my math is correct, 17 months in the making. They had actually tried to initiate replacements at 14 months, but they sent them signature required to my house where I'm never home when the FedEx driver would come, and they didn't tell me what was coming either. And only 2 of the 6 or 7 that I had in then were of other Colts players. There was like a Connor Shaw, and I want to say there was Garrett Grayson, whatever else. So I got on the line with, I tried emailing David Sharp, and David Sharp is now no longer there. You've heard Michael by now, AirFalcon77, talk about his redemption replacement with Christian Marshall at Panini, and if anybody has any redemption issues, I can send you Christian's email. I can tell you guys now. It's cmarshall@paniniamerica.net. They do first initial, last name at paniniamerica.net. And so I contacted Christian, and I said, well, we never had a conversation about what you guys were going to replace it, and frankly, I don't accept these anyway. I don't think they're of equivalent value, and I definitely don't think they're of equivalent value to me and what I collect, so I'm just not going to sign for this package because I didn't authorize you guys to send it, and we can wait until it gets back to you, and then we'll have a conversation like adults about how this is actually going to go. So it took about a week to get back to them. It took 3 weeks in the building for it to get back to him, and then my the redemption status is to update, and then in that time they learned from acquisitions that they were getting these autographs. So I've got a couple of these already. There are more coming in. So these were the 2 higher end ones of the group. The others are kind of standard, but these were the two that I shelled out pretty good money for at the time. On-card, rookie ink, gold parallel autographs, number 5 and 16 of 25 of Dante Moncrief. So I verified with Christian when I saw the statuses start updating again after we had the conversation of, well, either we're going to talk about a set of replacements for everything, and or we can wait, and this is a living, active player, so there's no reason why you guys shouldn't be able to go get these. That magically things started happening. So, but I want to thank them for their perseverance, and at times I know on email and all I can be a little bit harsh when it comes to these sort of things, but it's because I've just been through the wheel so many times that I feel like in that situation, especially with David not there, that I had more experience in dealing with this than they did. So one of the things that puts Panini ahead of Topps in my book is their willingness to actually have these conversations. And not, we're going to send you what we feel like sending you when we determine that we're not going to fulfill a redemption with what you actually put in for, which is crap on its own, especially when you're talking about living active players. But they're not like Topps in that, what we send is final. Okay? And here's the last one. Once we prove that we sent it, there's nothing you can do about it. So even if they sent something and it goes to the wrong address, as soon as they update it as shipped and they give you tracking, if there's a problem with that shipment, they're not going to do anything to help you. I had that conversation with somebody because something was misdelivered, and it took me going to my local post office to get the item because it was misdelivered, was delivered somewhere else, and it was on the way back to Topps, and I was able to intercept it. And I was talking with Jason on the Cowboy Cerrone thing, and he had a redemption for a Cowboy Cerrone card with them that they sent to the wrong address, and it disappeared at that address, and they wouldn't do anything about it. Topps would not do anything about it, even though they sent it to the wrong address. It was not U.S. Postal's fault. They Topps sent it to the wrong address. And they said, as soon as it leaves the building, it's over, it's closed, and we're not doing anything for you. So that's embarrassing, and again, I hope that Topps continues to lose business and licenses because of their terrible customer service until something changes. Moving on, last few items. Flawless patch auto on card, jersey number 15 of 25 of Philip Dorsett. Negotiated a decent price. Maybe it paid a little bit more than some of the other copies. This one had a little bit more blue. It seems like there was a lot of white patches in this, but also being the jersey number, I kind of assume that I have to pay another $1, a couple dollars for it. Vontae Davis, 2015 Topps Chrome Black Plate. Paid not even, I think about $6 for that. This is another one that was about the $6 range. Love buying this stuff in the off-season. 2013 Topps Mini Football Cyan Dwayne Allen. He with the re-upped contract. This one I think was like $12.50. 2015 Topps Finest Yellow Plate of T.Y. Hilton. That was a best offer negotiation. And this is another best offer negotiation that I was very surprised to get without any more of a fight than I did. 2015 Topps Definitive T.Y. Hilton letter O. So I've got a couple of those, and if anybody sees any of these other letter patches of either Hilton or Dorsett out there from that set, let me know. And finally, from Blowout Forums, this guy had actually put up a listing on eBay that had, at one point, a bunch of different Colts cards. And it was one of my random searches that I stumbled across it. And as soon as I opened it, I realized that this last card that I'm going to show you guys was in a picture with the two Reggie Wayne laundry tags. And I figured it was the same guy. So I contacted him, we started talking, we moved the conversation over to Blowout Forums, and we worked out a deal where I bought these 2 cards now, and then we're going to do another deal at some point in the future. He's cool with waiting for the rest of what he was showing in that listing. So the 2 cards that I got in this deal were 2012 National Treasures, RPA, Gold Parallel, 2-color patch on card auto, 39/49 of Dwayne Allen, and 2014 Leaf Limited jersey, and I don't know if that's a 1-color patch or if that's a jersey. I never actually took it out and felt the card. Pretty sure this is patch, but all 1-color patch, which is questionable. But a very nice looking piece of memorabilia on the laundry tag. Again, rookie, 1 of 1, Dante Moncrief. So, for those of you who are wondering, it's the same seller as the, as I said, the 2 Reggie Wayne laundry tags, which is javieresp57, and I'll link him, his profile at Blowout, so that way if you see anything of his that you're interested in, you can let him know, and let him know that I referred you, and I've got to leave that open so I remember to send him a copy of the video, which I did for him. So, thanks to Louis, Javier SP, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering that pronunciation, Javier SP57, and thanks to Jason, MMAfreak, and again, both of them, links will be in the description box, and that should be about it. Alright, YouTube, peace.